New camera day is the best day. I love new camera day. It's today. All right, so inside of here, we have my new favorite thing. It's my Canon 1DX Mark III. So this camera was bought by me. This is not, I know this is like dangling a knife everywhere. So this is a brand new camera. This is Canon's 1DX Mark III. Today is the first day you can get one if you ordered it by mail, which I assume most people did. I'm gonna do this video super quick. So we're just using an on-camera mic. I'm really sorry, but at least I have a second angle today, so it's a little better than normal in one way. All right, let's open it up. Oh boy. Here we go. All right, box looks a little different than normal. Usually they're black boxes, so I'm actually kind of surprised. All right, so clearly I have the 1DX Mark III with the bundle. Oh, here we go. This makes more sense. Okay, so we got, first off, this is the Extreme Pro reader. So this is CF Express. These are brand new cards, as probably anybody watching this knows. I'm actually gonna open this up because I do need it today. I'm actually going to an assignment in like an hour. All right, CF Express, USB-C, God bless, it's 2020. Oh my God, this thing is huge. This is like almost as big as my phone. Okay. Card reader, open. CF Express card, these are the brand new cards. These are much faster and betterer. There's one thing no one talked about yet though, and that we'll get into later when I review this, but evidently the size of your cards actually matters for how fast and some of the features you can do with this camera. This is a 64 gigabyte, and it's quoting 1500 megabytes per second of read speed and 800 of write speed. So it's a little bit smaller than the CFast cards that were in my 1DX Mark IIs. But yeah, kind of what we're used to seeing. It kind of looks like an XQD, honestly, which is fine, but XQD, no one really adopted it. So other than FS7s and Nikons, which I don't know anyone who had a Nikon that actually used it, maybe like one or two people, and they hated it because they were really expensive. These are pretty affordable though, actually, relatively, compared to CFast. So, all right. That's the box I'm used to seeing. Well, Canon hasn't changed a thing. Same old label on the outside. Everything looks exactly the same, and I opted for it in black. I feel like Batman. I think that's the only color you can get. Obviously, that's the only color you can get. All right, we got our manuals. No CD. Oh my gosh, it's the first camera I've ever got without a CD, I think. We have our normal Canon strap, the gold lettering for the 1D series. Our little eyepiece here. Alright, top box. We have the camera. Should I do this last? Yeah, I guess I should do that last. Okay. Inside here, we got the very standard looking charger. This looks just like my 1DX Mark II charger, LCE 19. So I believe that is literally exactly the same, which is great. Actually doesn't matter because I sold all of them. And yeah, LPE 19 battery. I actually charged one of my old ones up so I wouldn't have to wait to hop into these menus. In addition to that, power cable for the charger, and a USB-C cable. Looks like it's got a little tether jerk stop in there. And that is it. That is what $6,500 buys you. kind of feel like there should be a little more. And here we go. New camera day is the best day. I love new camera day. Okay, so we have 1DX Mark III, and this one is a little foggy. It's been on the UPS truck overnight from Ohio. So first thing is first, get this eyepiece on here because I can't stand even looking at it without that. It has battery dust cover. Throw that aside. Put that back in the box, and let's kick it on. Like, need a card. Ooh, these are petite little slots now. These are tiny guys. Let's fire this up for the first time. So we're gonna go through some menus. Picture style standard. Oh, I can turn the clarity. I can win photo contests right from my camera by turning my clarity up. Image review, turn that off. Really shutter without card, turn that off. Mirror lockup off. Dust delete, anti-flicker. So a big thing to note here, if you're gonna shoot RAW, you wanna make sure you have the latest version of Adobe software. It's something I'm about to test. I believe they updated it to 9.2 for Lightroom Classic, and I don't know what for Adobe Camera Raw. But a lot of new cameras, when they come out, you cannot use them with just when they come out. I mean, every camera I've probably ever bought, I can't just plug it into Lightroom the day it comes out. I believe this one, I can shoot RAW the day it is released, so I will check that for my review video, and I might try to just throw that in at the end of this unboxing. So I usually hop between 2 and 4 on the old cameras. I believe I'm going to use 4 right now. I usually end up changing these quite a bit. First image priority, I kind of leave this equal. Second image priority, I'm going to leave that equal for right now. Every camera is a little bit different. Electronic full time, one shot, yeah, we want that on focus. Okay, so this is menu 4. So we can turn on effectively kind of like a human tracking. This should help us keep up with faces and stuff like that better. So I'm going to leave it enabled because I'm going to cover boxing this weekend. So AF priority people, that is enabled. So you got to be using the large zone setting. You can't use a point focus when you use this. I think you have to leave it on like that big box mode where it's kind of picking around in the frame. I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to do some reviews on this, obviously. Video reviews compared to the C200, compared to maybe this EOS R. Okay, this is a big thing. I changed image jump with the front dial. So I set this to go to lock, so display protected images only. So that way when you're in playback, if you're tagging photos while you're shooting a sporting event or an event or whatever, by using this front dial, we can swap. We just hop from locked file to locked file to locked file. You can also set it up with stars if you use stars. Whatever mode you do it, you can basically get a little bit more out of this. Oh, GPS, I always turn it on mode 1. Auto time setting, auto update. I believe this one also does not set time zone, which drove me nuts on the 1DX Mark II. Please, Canon, for the love of God, if I'm going from New York to Chicago to Nashville to California, update the time zone. It doesn't do me any good if I have the right time, but it's 2 hours off. Oh, wow. Okay, so I can separate my photo and video. Photo record options standard. Auto switch card, record separately, record multiple. That is awesome. This is awesome. So I can separate out my video and photo files to 2 separate cards. This is incredible. I always change my file naming because when I put them in the camera or put them in the computer or whatever, sometimes you have a lot of cameras, sometimes you have events, and you have multiple people. It's nice to have something that at least differentiates that's not some generic camera. And here's the number one thing you should change on every camera when you get it. This little menu right here. Can you see this? Yeah, that top one. All right, we are going to change that over to AE lock. What this does is let you use the back button to focus the camera and then use the shutter button only to release the shutter. That's something pretty much everyone does that shoots sports, and everyone else should. Dude, there's so many new little features here that I don't think I can cover every one. I might have to do a separate video. But these are some of the basics. These are things I do to every Canon camera when I open them, and it's been freaking 10 years now. But I'm trying to find the new one. So if we go to custom menu 7, it's the orange menus towards the end. Number 7, the second one down, that is our smart controller. Check that out for you right there. So the smart controller is the new feature of this. This little jammer, this little AF on button has a thing on it. So I can turn this on and I can enable it, and then if I hit the Q button here, I can turn the sensitivity. I was told by a friend who's played with this, you set it all the way up, so that's where I'm gonna start. This is going to be sick. This is gonna be a game changer. I'll be able to stay on the button and move my autofocus point and then jam it back down. Canon, I love you. Let's get some of this stuff a little bit out of the way here. Let's see. All right, so I went. Okay, so my hair is out of control. I'm sorry about that. All right, so we have a 1DX Mark III and a 1DX2. This is my workhorse. I've had 3 of these for the last few years and plan to have 3 of these. I got 2 of these. I got another one showing up some point this weekend. So I have 2 of these new ones, 3 of these old ones that are all being sold. They are very similar. These are like super similar. I don't know if I see many differences at all. Top layout buttons are all exactly the same. If we look at the front of these 2 cameras, exactly the same. I see no differences whatsoever. Bottom, the same. Now the left side is where we might start to see some differences. There's a little nub here on this left side. Buttons are still the same. But, yes, here we go. So these ports are a little bit different. On the new one we have the WFT, the wireless transfer. We have Ethernet. No, I'm sorry. They are all... What's this one? Where was that? Oh, it was over here. That's right. Okay, so a big thing they moved is on the 1DX Mark II, your little trigger or whatever, like trigger cable, was over here. It's now on the left side of the body, which makes way more sense. It was always super awkward to get to over there. Otherwise, it looks the same pretty much. We still got Ethernet. We still got mic. We still got, you know, PC sync. USB port should be new though. Yep, so now we have USB-C, again, thank God. I know it's standard, but like I'm always shocked. I buy stuff and it still has USB micro or whatever, and it just drives me nuts. The back is quite a bit different. So these cameras, this is the Mark II. Show it to this camera so you can actually see it. So this is the Mark II. The big thing you're going to see is the AF on buttons are going to be different. That's the big difference. So these new AF on buttons, I know I've talked about it and I know I'm stoked, but the AF on button is like the game changer. This camera for me as a sports and documentary photographer. Normally I can move with this quick dial immediately. I put it up and I can move this around, blah, blah, blah. And I thought I could do that with this AF on button, but you got to hit a button first, which actually it's probably good. Man, focus is instant. Okay, so this has been a little unboxing video. Again, I'm sorry it's a little bit janky. I accidentally... This is going to be so much space on a hard drive. I'm sorry. We're going back to 1080 on the review. But this is awesome. This is great. This camera feels incredible. I am literally going to go to an assignment now with this camera, so we will see how it feels. If you are not following me on Instagram, you should be. Search Brett Carlson on there. Currently, my username is Brett in Real Life. Put a little sparkle on the edge here. And follow me along. I will be answering questions on Instagram today and tomorrow. I'm going to upload this super quick and try to get to this assignment. I'll probably actually just download these cards and upload it at the event, to be honest. So yeah, I hope I was the first one to get one of these up. I know I'm not, but you know, we can hope. But please ask questions in the comments below and head over to Instagram and check me out, Brett in Real Life. And sorry for the quickness of this edit and for it probably sounding like hot garbage. I'm gonna go play with my new toy. See you later.